It is Generation Next Volume 2.0, our holiday series and our holiday look at some of the top 22s and 23s in New Jersey. Got the best of the best here, and we got one of the top 2023s with us today. We welcome onto the show Connor Byrne, Ridge High School, one of the continuing the great baseball legacy up there. And Connor, a couple of months ago in the fall, made his verbal commitment to play at Siena. Congratulations, and I hope you got some heavy jackets.
Thank you so much for having me. It's truly an honor. Thank you.
Absolutely. So let's get right into Siena. We always like to talk about, college commitments and choices. And, a couple of things that struck me as interesting. Number one, it's in the MAAC. So you got Rider and Monmouth as two New Jersey teams in the conference. Lots of opportunity to play close to home. Number two was that, the bulk of your recruiting was done by our friend Rob Hardy, who was the pitching coach there. He left to take a position down at Rice recently. So you got a new coach coming in. I'm sure there's a bit of excitement with that too. And you got Coach Rossi, who's like the dean of like all coaches on earth, who's been around for, I think this is like 53, 54 years, something like that. So tell us about him too. So it's a lot to throw at you, but let's talk Siena first.
Yeah, so I'll start it off. I guess Siena, when I got down there, I was obviously talking to a few schools. It really kind of started out during the summer. They jumped on me, and it was just they showed a little bit of interest, nothing really crazy. And then we started right in the fall is when they start. I think they came to all my starts in the summer, most of them, I'm pretty sure. And the fall kind of rolls around. Everything really went fast. It just happened just like that. I didn't really see it coming, and I went on my visit. It was totally awesome. I was so intrigued. It was absolutely amazing. The coaching staff was so great to me. The tour, I got to see a scrimmage. I got to meet like all the players. I got to see literally everything. It was absolutely awesome.
It's a really nice campus. It's kind of underrated, right? I mean, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's it definitely piqued my eye. As soon as I got up there, I was like, it was always in the back of my mind. I was like, there's something about it. I want to make the trip up here. And they asked me to come on a visit. I was actually in Florida, and one of the coaches called me up and was like, yeah, we want you on a visit. They were actually down there watching me. And I was like, oh, let's go. I get to see it. And I got down there. It was like, oh my gosh. So
if I remember right, we were talking about a little bit warmer schools, like down in the Virginia area or something like that originally, maybe.
Uh-huh.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, and like I said, a great, historic, good program in the MAAC, solid D1, and the MAAC is as good as it's ever been, right? So it's a great opportunity, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. So tell us about Coach Rossi, because he's literally been around. I mean, he is pretty much Siena baseball.
Yeah.
I think like 1970 or like late 60s, he started as a head coach. He's still going strong.
Yeah, he's truly the man. I really admire everything that he does, the way he plays the game or coaches the game. He actually played there too, I'm pretty sure. But it's honestly awesome just to watch him just go on for years and years and just continue the legacy, as you said, of this program. I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, there's not.
I feel like it's just a great example of like you get to see somebody who truly loves what they do, and they've made it their life's work.
Yeah, I have a club coach who was one of the coaches at Siena University, and he's now a scout for the Braves. And I went on my visit, and he obviously knew my club coach, and he was like, "Yeah, I remember coaching against him." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's such a small world." But
yeah, probably remember coaching against him as a player.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So I think it was player and he coached against him, so it was both. So
yeah,
but
yeah,
he's definitely notable. He's the man.
Let's talk about Connor Byrne for a little bit. We got 2 more years left at Ridge, right? So some of the guys we talked to are 22s, and they're really looking ahead at college a little bit. And you can't really do that yet. Obviously, you got half your high school career still.
Yeah.
What's the goal now to make sure that you're ready to go this year in the spring? And what do we think of how's the team looking? And feel free to shout out anybody you want to at Ridge.
Team's looking great. We had a very successful year last year. It was awesome. We had a slow start, but I mean, we had the COVID year. Most teams had a tough time adjusting. We did. We were one of those teams, and we didn't really let it take advantage of us. And we continued to play good baseball and and came up a little short, but we got a sectional championship. And I expect kind of the same outcome as this year, but I expect to go further. I really love the group of guys that I'm playing with this year. They're my brother. They're like my brothers. It's awesome. I mean,
Now you were pushing 90 this summer, hitting 90, kind of sneaking your way in, or where are we at, strength wise, and where do we want to, what's the plan to get our work in this winter?
so I'm starting throwing, and this Saturday actually, which I'm really looking forward to. So I've been working in the weight room since the day we stopped. Since the day we stopped baseball at the end of the season, I've been consistently 5 times a week. Really trying to add strength, get that single leg work, trying to put on velocity control. And I really wanted to work on my secondary pitches this year just to be very dominant and throw them all for strikes.
Yeah, and obviously that's going to be something you're going to need down the road as you keep playing the game. You can sometimes get away with it in high school, sometimes get away with it depending where you're playing in the summer, but you go to the MAAC, you better be able to do more than just,
I got to be in tip top shape.
Absolutely. So long legacy of success at Ridge, obviously, including one of our buddies who we're going to have to talk about for a minute or two, just to make him more jealous that he's not on and you are right now. But obviously, Greg Bozzo, our friend up at Northeastern, he graduated, I guess, the last dance. I'm trying to put it all together. The last dance year, right? So that would have been your freshman year.
Yeah, 2020, that was so much fun to watch. It was really something to look up to from a player standpoint because I didn't get any high school baseball my freshman year.
Right.
I went to all of those games. It was like, this is Ridge baseball. This is how it's played. It was really something that I admired and really kind of it shapes our program. I mean, the way we played the game, and it was something that I really liked. So.
And I know you and Greg are friends, and I assume you work with him when he's home and throw to him probably once or twice. So having him a couple years ahead of you, how has that helped your growth and development playing?
I mean, I got to pitch to him live most of August. He was home. He got home from a summer league, I'm pretty sure. And he shot me a text and we really got after it. And he's obviously a stud. I mean, he's seeing Northeastern in the CAA. He's seeing some top-notch players. And in the regional last year, Northeastern he's seen some of the best arms in the country. They played Arkansas, in Nebraska. So he's seeing some of the best pitchers. And and he sees things which really help me out, help my game, which is it's an advantage. Just the more people it's the more people that can help you out. It's really awesome.
And never a lack of energy when he's around either.
Not even a minute. It's the best.
Kid does not need any caffeine at all, ever. Wakes up on high on whatever caffeine he's got there. I think he's good. What would you say then? You kind of mentioned your goals for this year coming up. Where do you do your club wise? Where do you play?
I play for the Lockdown Expos.
And when did you start with them?
My freshman year. So my freshman fall, I believe.
Okay, so just tell us about their what they've done, how they've helped you kind of grow through high school, get to the point where obviously now you're early in your junior year, and we've already got a nice solid offer locked in.
Yeah. The thing with them, they really preach it's being a great student, being a great player on the field, being the right player on the field, like obviously the even keeled. And really recruiting is all marketing, as they say. And it's just the way they market us. So it's really like they'll say if the summer season ends, like the summer season ends, I think end of July. They say we don't see you until September 1st, I believe. Change your body, go get after in the weight room, put on some weight so we can market you and get to the next level. I mean, it's really a motivator. So
Yeah. Now you're going to be, we talked about Greg, half kidding, but certainly a lot serious too. You're going to be in that role soon enough where you're the old man and the senior leader. What would you tell a younger Connor Byrne at this point? That's kind of like on the verge of getting, finishing up at William Annan and getting ready to move up to the big school. Getting ready for ninth grade, and what would you want to tell them about, the first couple years of the journey?
Really prioritize school. I'm not saying I was a bad student or anything, just that really prioritizing school, which gives you so many more options and it makes it truly easier in the process. Really loving the game, making good relationships, memories, and just loving it. I mean, there's nothing really else to it, just to love it, uh, do well in school, and just continue to, I guess that.
Yeah, you think guys don't, because you're right. You can have good grades in middle school and not really, and I get the difference of what you're saying, without really prioritizing your, school. You can just get stuff done and be, get by. But do you think that the guys maybe are sort of surprised sometimes of how much academics and grades really do go into, to something like this?
100%. I mean, it was kind of a wake up call. Everyone in my middle school, all the teachers said, "Ridge is the real deal. Ridge is the real deal" as a school, and it really was. And I really liked the competitiveness at the school, which was awesome.
So let's hit you with a couple of special questions here. Favorite sports team?
Any sport, Yankees.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what sport.
Yeah, Yankees. I don't like what they do with free agency, but
No, not too many Yankee fans do. But all right, so if they're locked out this year, where do we go for our favorite team?
still Yankees. You gotta stay loyal.
Oh no, I meant in another sport, a sport other than
Oh,
baseball.
probably the Giants.
Okay,
Yeah,
I guess we can say they're better than the Jets.
yeah. I mean, but if it had to be, if it was baseball, I can't say the Mets, but probably the Cubs. I'm a big Marcus Stroman guy.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, it'd be kind of interesting. Let's first of all, let's hope there is baseball coming up
yeah,
sooner rather than later, right?
yeah. No one knows about this lockout. I mean,
No, and especially after like most of 2020 was wiped out. We don't
yeah,
want to lose that. That was wiped out for COVID. We don't want to lose the season over greed, that's for sure.
yeah.
Favorite Yankee then?
Favorite Yankee of all time?
Yeah, if you're watching. Don't be pulling like Mickey Mantle out on me because I know you're not that old.
Gotta be Jeter. Just the way he plays the game with class, and just really the way he and as a Yankee, I mean, you can't not like Jeter. I mean, he comes up clutch. So
You got to wonder if you're really a Yankee fan if you're not
yeah,
like Peter.
uh-huh.
Game day, bump day, you're starting. What's one thing that has to be in your routine?
One thing that has to be in my routine. I really like to. I picked this up in the fall. I listen to some kind of like calm music. In the summer, it was some loud music, some like rock stuff like that. But it's some calm music is really the kind of thing. It kind of just relaxes you, takes off the nerve. But
And helps your focus, I guess, too, right? That's all right. So you're not picking out batting practice music then on game days because you might be focused, but you're putting your lineup to sleep too, right?
yeah,
Um, when it's not game day, what kind of music do we like then?
game day or not game day, country, 100%.
All right. Favorite?
Uh, artist or song?
I will go artist.
Luke Combs or Florida Georgia Line. I'm a big fan.
All right. Um, game day meal that if you had your choice.
It's pasta, sausage, and broccoli. It's a kind of weird combination, but there's this place about 10 minutes down the road. I love it. It's
That's not weird. It's pretty legit.
yeah, it became a superstition, and in the fall, but it's awesome.
Who's the place close by?
It's called Panettieri's.
All right, we'll give them a little shout out. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're listening, but just in case, you never know. If you could be D1 in any other sport, because we assume that you like baseball if you're at this level.
Yeah.
But if you if we had to go another sport that you would be D1 in, what would we say?
If I could be D1 in any other sport, probably football. I don't play any other sports besides baseball. I used to play basketball a little bit. I wasn't the best basketball player, but probably football. I feel like that'd be really awesome.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
And how big weight-wise?
175.
So we get our weight up a little. So you're playing quarterback probably. You're not playing you're not a lineman. You're not a receiver probably. All right. You got the arm for it, I think. I would think.
Yeah.
All right. The real random question. We'll see how you do with it. But if Olympic sports, if everyday activities were Olympic sports, you'd get the gold medal in doing what?
It's probably kind of weird. We're getting a good amount of sleep is something I crush every day. It's kind of consistent, 9 to 10 hours.
9 to 10 hours. So you're like an early. You go to sleep pretty consistent. Well, what time we have to get up for school?
Usually 5:45. I'll get up.
So you're like out before 10.
Yeah.
And that's why you're big and strong and throw 90, and I was not. I like it. All right, so sleep, and somebody gave me that answer too. I forget, but it sounds like we got some strong sleepers here.
Yeah.
Quality and quantity. You got it mastered.
It really wins the day. Sleep, underrated.
It does. You don't even realize it till you get older. You are wise beyond your years that you got it now.
Yeah.
Proudest moment on the baseball field.
Proudest moment. There's probably two that come to mind. Going down to Florida, I threw a complete game shutout at WWBA. That was probably one of them. Winning the sectional championship my sophomore year. And yeah, those are probably the two.
And who did you beat in the finals?
Franklin.
Was it a home game? Was it neutral? Where did you? Was that in front of the home fans?
We actually did not have a home playoff game. You had a low seed. You went on a little run. I think we were the 7 or the 8, and yeah, we fought.
So what was that? Winning with your it's one thing to go play travel and win away and whatever, but to win with the home team with your boys, with the guys you played with. Because Ridge, you come up through middle school, you're all playing together. What was that like to win a sectional title?
Coming up on varsity was all the guys that I really played with in Little League, or got to see playing Little League, and all the guys I looked up to. And it was just really phenomenal coming up and just learning a bunch of things and just developing those key relationships, which really comes on and off the field. I mean, I'm with them every day, and it really just translated on the field, just the way that we picked each other up. It was great.
Yeah, definitely. One quote or piece of advice that you've gotten along the way that's really become stuck in your head and really a part of you on the field or off the field?
I don't know if this is exact, but it's if you want to do something, you have to do something that you've never done, or something along those lines.
You want to do something great? You have
to do something you've never done before. So
yeah, to get what you've never gotten before, you got to do what you've never done before. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's something that always good to keep in mind on the field when you're trying to raise your game a level, right?
No doubt.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate the time, Connor. Awesome talking to you and getting to know you, and certainly glad to see you're keeping that Ridge tradition alive.
Look forward to this year.
We look forward to seeing some domination on the field the next couple of years.
Yeah, I do too. It's going to be fun.
Yep, absolutely. Connor Byrne, our special guest today, Siena College, but not till the fall of 2023. We got a little bit of time left before we take on the MAAC. We we got a couple more years of high school and hopefully getting past the sectional level and maybe even a state title. Thank you again, and we look forward to watching you in the next couple of years.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate Dylan's.